I'm in the kitchen and I'm alone, but not for long. Chef Sumaiyah from Ganache Art will be joining me really soon. What I want to know from you, though, is have you got any questions or voice notes for myself or Chef Sumaiyah about chocolate? Send all those voice notes through to 063 036 9649. Are you ready, Chef?
Definitely. Yes, Chef.
Wow, we're getting very formal in the kitchen today. Love the interview. We're going to get cooking straight away. We're going to be working on something called a steamer.
Yes. So essentially, it's heated milk with some white chocolate, beetroot powder, some rose syrup, which is optional.
Optional, but amazing. Yeah. Yes, it should be in there. It smells so amazing. And I feel like this is what makes it special, like your signature, is that little bit of like a twist.
Yes.
This is amazing. A little bit goes a long way.
Definitely.
Ooh, love that. And rose petals.
For garnishing. We have to do garnishing for the drinks.
Romantic. Okay, cool. Let's get started.
So let's get started. Let's get our milk on to heat. So if you can just put the stove on for me, that would be perfect. Measurement-wise, measure with your heart about 2 cups.
I love recipes that start like that.
Yes, this is such a good one because you can adapt it to what your flavor profile is, your sweetness, how rich, how creamy you want it to be. So whilst we're waiting for the milk, I'm just going to explain to you white chocolate. So I'm using white chocolate in this recipe, but you can always use ruby chocolate. So ruby chocolate is essentially a different variant of chocolate. So it has a natural pink hue in it.
Nothing's been added to it. That's the actual color of it.
It's the actual color of the chocolate after the fermentation. But today I opted to use the name ruby, but to use beetroot instead, because I think beetroot powders are underrated, and beetroot powders are also good for natural color. They have, what is the name? Let me get this right.
Would it be an antioxidant or
Yes, yes, antioxidants, but the pigment in it is called
beta-carotene. Listen, I'm just trying to win money like a quiz game.
Beta-lane.
Raul de Mornay should have known that answer anyway. So that's great. So we're adding a little bit of nutrition to our... And it's an aesthetic element, but we're adding a little bit of nutrition there as well.
And natural sugar.
And natural sugar, absolutely.
So even if you needed to omit the chocolate, you could still have a nice drink and be really clean about it.
No! You did not omit the chocolate. You drink this while holding chocolate in this hand. You'd never omit the chocolate, but I get you, I feel you. Especially because you're bringing the rose through and then the flowers through and the beetroot. It's going to give you quite a nice flavor profile.
Yes.
The chocolate's just there to make it lekker. Okay, so we're looking for the milk to
So
boil,
we just want to essentially heat the milk up, just enough heat so that our chocolate can melt.
Okay, so does the chocolate go straight into the...
The chocolate joins there. And what we also can do is we can take our beetroot powder and we can add some water. So if we dissolve the beetroot powder in some water, it'll avoid some lumps, but you can add it straight into the milk if you like. So I think for today, let's add it straight into the milk. So maybe we can add maybe about a teaspoon of...
And is this the whisk?
Yes, that is the whisk we're going to use.
That's the whisk. So you know what we're going to say? I always say this for TV.
Teaspoon.
So if it does make lumps, we go, you see, this is why we tell you to first bloom it in some water. Okay, there we go. Just a teaspoon, that's enough?
Yes. Maybe a little bit more?
I'm guessing...
Yeah, let's be generous.
There we go. Okay. I'm guessing the beetroot, is just like a normal food coloring, a little bit goes a long way, but you start off by adding a little first, because you can't take out.
Yeah, and a fun fact is that a teaspoon of beetroot powder is equivalent to 1 tennis-size ball of beetroot.
Eat your beetroot powder, like for real. Eat your beetroot powder. There we go. This is looking beautiful. You want it to be a little more...
Yeah, so there is some steam coming, so I think it would be good to add in our chocolate now. So I'm just going to add in the chocolate. So the chocolate is also used as a sweetener and to give that nice depth of rich creaminess. If you feel you want to be extra, you can add some fresh cream as well.
A little extra fresh cream sounds good. Ooh, don't mess. Okay. And as soon as you can feel that those little tiny chocolate drops... because it happens quite quickly. It melts very quickly.
Yes.
And then the actual rose petals, do we keep that for a garnish?
We're going to keep that for the garnish. So whilst that's just melting, we are going to put our machine on to froth the milk. So if you don't have a milk frother, you can use one of the battery-operated hand whisk ones, or you can get a workout and just whisk the milk.
Like in an empty bottle? And then you make the youngest niece or nephew... Just shake until it froths up. There we go.
So I'm just going to put this on now.
And we're going to go with just a cream foam, a white foam. We're not going to add beetroot to that
So
foam.
this is just essentially milk in here.
Got you. Okay.
So no cream. We are omitting cream today.
There we go. And the rose, how are we doing that?
So we're going to use our rose syrup to garnish the side of our mugs. So I think our drink is at the right temperature.
Cool.
So maybe we can turn off the heat.
This is great.
Our milk is ready, our frotted milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rose syrup. So we just need maybe about a teaspoon because you don't want to add too much. So we're just going to go around the cup.
I like dishes and drinks in this case that have a bit of a ceremony to them.
Yes.
Where we can kind of get together and there's a process that's involved in making the drink. And even if you have it's more than one person in the kitchen, someone's got a job. So it's kind of like a drink that'll bring people together. I really like this drink. And that smells amazing.
It does. And you can see the natural pink color in it. So I'm going to pour this now. So why I left the syrup, the rose syrup, for the last bit is because it just, if it's not a very thick consistency syrup, then it just slides down the side of the cup. But we just want to be looking fancy with our cups, so that's why I also put the syrup, apart for flavor. So I'm just going to carefully pour this in.
I think after Ryle's workout this morning, I think he totally deserves a ruby white chocolate steamer. So I'm going to call Ryle de Mornay in. What South Africa doesn't know is Ryle de Mornay is so strong. When he does push-ups, he's not pushing himself up. He's actually pushing the earth away. That's how strong.
So, how are you dealing with this guy in the kitchen? Are you okay? You need me to come save you?
So he needs that energy right now.
Listen, I couldn't help but smell something delicious. It's like close to one of my favorite chocolates, which is a Turkish delight. So when you talk about that like rose ruby feels, you've got my interest. Is that for me?
Yes, actually, when you speaking about Turkish delight, this does give the notes of Turkish delight.
Nice.
So we got our frothed milk in, and then we lastly just going to take some rose petals and just garnish some rose petals.
Now you're just showing off.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that looks incredible.
And that's our ruby steamer.
Can I do the honors?
Please.
Yes.
You've got to give us the whole
Thank
review.
you so much.
I want to save this precious one because I want to take a photo of this because it looks so beautiful.
Oh, my word. If Turkish Delight became a warm, inviting drink that danced around your mouth and just started having a jaw, this would be it. Wow. And I'm not exaggerating. It's not as sweet as I expected as well. It's got a beautiful balance to it. It's creamy. It's rich in all the good ways. Mzansi, this is the one, and we're only getting started. Sumaiyah, thank you. You've outdone yourself. Mzansi, clearly we don't need to go anywhere because all the good stuff is right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Clem, thank you. Can I just run away with this?
There you go. There you go. South Africa, you heard it out there. Real men drink pink steamers in the morning. So now you're not going anywhere. We've got a lot coming up. Those bonbons are going to be fantastic. Actually, I know I said I'm saving this for a picture. I'm going to take a little... No, you know what? You're a guest.
No.
I was hoping you said...
You
I
helped me so
was
well.
bluffing. Ooh. It tastes like the perfect drink for first thing in the morning. If you're kind of avoiding caffeine because you don't want to be too excited in the morning, this is how you start your day. And if you start your day on a pink drink, it's only going to become fantastic. Sumaiyah, thank you so much. You've all been really amazing. Make sure you stay tuned for the bonbon episode of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we're back in the kitchen with Chef Sumaiyah from Ganache Art, and you got it wrong. And we're talking everything chocolate this morning, and we want to hear from you. If you have any questions about anything food-related, specifically chocolate, the professionals in the house, please send us your voice notes to 063-036-9649. We want to hear from you. And I want to make things a little spicy. Have you got any disaster stories of times that you've tried to work with chocolate and things just went south? I want to hear those stories because who knows, we might actually have the answer of how to fix it. But before we start, we actually got a voice note already. Let's have a listen to our first voice note of the show.
And Chef Clem and Chef Sumaiyah, I'd just like to know, a lot of people say, yeah, it's unhealthy to eat chocolate. It's not probably a myth. But yeah, my actual question is, when is the best time to eat chocolate? During the day, or is it bad for you to eat chocolate before you go and sleep, or after a meal.
I think that's it. So what I like is in my mind, I'm imagining as he's like sending this voice notes, he's sitting in front of all this chocolate and he's tempted to get into it, but he needs someone to affirm that he can dig into it.
Definitely.
I mean, everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And
Moderation.
And there's some chocolates that we know that, like the darker chocolates that would have less sugar, sure, they're going to be better for you. But again, it's all about the moderation of it.
Yes, yes.
And days are the best time to eat chocolate?
It's anytime.
Anytime. Especially every day that ends on a Y. If the day ends on a Y, you must eat chocolate on that day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, absolutely. Why not make it like special and have a breakfast chocolate and then the lunchtime chocolate and the dinner chocolate? Actually, dinner time chocolates or after eights, if I think it's called, with little mints and squares.
Yes.
It's known for bedtime. So there's a chocolate for every occasion.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the chocolates we're about to make now. Bonbons. How do you describe a bonbon?
So a bonbon is essentially a French word, and it translates into candy in English. So it could be a sweet, it could be anything tiny and a treat size. A treat, basically something sweet that is a treat. So today we're making chocolate bonbons. So that's why I always say chocolate bonbons, so you know what bonbons we're talking about.
And we've got some hardware in the kitchen today, and this device is to help us temper the chocolate.
Yes.
So very briefly, why do we temper the chocolate?
So you essentially temper the chocolate so that the end result of the chocolate gives you a nice snap. So you want the texture of the chocolate where it's a nice snap, it has some shine on it, and because there's so much of cocoa butter in the chocolate, cocoa butter needs a process of heating up, cooling down, so those beta-5 crystals form correctly so that you get a perfect texture chocolate.
And it's this machine, for lack of a better
so
word.
So we would call that a chocolate melting pot.
Which holds that temperature.
Yes,
gives us that perfect...
so there's a dial on this side,
Yes.
and you can see it has numbers on it, so we know what temperature it's at, and it also is a dry heat system in here. And this is quite nice because you can just lift this out, and you know you don't have to worry about if you use like a double boiler, a bain marie
this
style.
is doing it all.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the water dropping and messing up your chocolate. So you know you're safe here, and it's an even, nice distributed heat.
Nice. We got another voice now. This is from Nadia. Nadia, what do you have to say?
Morning. My question is for Chef Sumaiyah. Sumaiyah, recently on your Instagram, you shared a video about a chocolate that looked like it had candy floss on the inside. Can you tell us a bit more about that? Is that something you make? Where can we get it?
Okay, thank you.
What? That is so beautiful. And to be honest with you, I think this is the actual picture that I saw. I think this is the one that I saw. That's when I was like, wait, we need to get Sumaiyah on the show. This is an absolutely insane picture, and I can only imagine it took you 365 years to make. What is it? And how do you make it?
So this is Turkish pismanya. So it's a pulled sugar, and it's made up of flour, butter, and flour. And it's a process of heating the sugar and pulling out the sugar, stretching it out so you get those thin fibers of sugar, and it's just a melt in your mouth moment.
What
like
was that?
Snow.
We need to bring Chef Sumaiyah back to make what? Yes, yes, absolutely. And then the other question that we had was, how do we get hold of all these amazing things that you make?
So my company, Ganache Art, is based in Cape Town, and I do career throughout South Africa. So I have an Instagram handle, Ganache_art, and you can catch me on the same handles on Facebook, TikTok, and the website is coming soon. We're working on that.
And you do want to go and check out all the pages. It is deliciously. It's just for the aesthetic alone. Fantastic.
Definitely.
And then the fact you understand you can actually order that and eat it, even better. Okay, so we've got our party size selection of chocolate going and perfectly malted. And just for curiosity, we're sitting at about just under 30 degrees Celsius.
So essentially at 30 for milk chocolate, you want to work 30 to 31.
Okay.
That's like the perfect range for milk chocolate. For each chocolate, for white, there's a different temperature range. For dark, there's a different temperature range.
Nice. Now, we're going to do a swap because you're going to demonstrate what's actually about to happen, and you're going to talk us through that.
Okay, so for our pistachio knafa bonbons, I got so this is a polycarbonate mold. You can see it's quite strong.
Right.
If I bang it, it's not going to break. It's easy to hold, so that's the reason why I also use these molds. But you can use any mold that you like. And I have in here, you'll see some green color. So I've already used tempered cocoa butter that I painted into these molds, and it's setted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the shelling process. So we have our premium Swiss chocolate that's already tempered. So we want to make sure whenever you're using your chocolate that you give it a good mix so that the cocoa butters are evenly distributed. Sometimes you may find that the chocolate has like a white substance on it and you'll think, oh, you know, this chocolate is gone bad, but that's actually bloom. So that's the term bloom, where the cocoa butters just come to the surface. That's like from incorrect tempering or a variance in heat. So if it's extremely hot and then you pop it in the fridge, that can happen. It's perfectly fine. It's just that the texture has changed.
Do you do chocolate workshops?
I do, yes. So that is
I think
actually my favorite one, chocolate techniques, decorating techniques. That's like the workshop to come to if you're interested in how to decorate a cake or just for fun. For practice.
Just for fun and for eating, of course. I think at any time you can learn a new technique, especially if you're doing a short course, absolutely. I think it's amazing. Especially for all those grade 10s and grade 11s who think they want to be chefs. What a great way to get involved and actually experience a bit of the industry before you get invested and go, Mommy, I want to be like Gordon Ramsay. And then actually, young man can't boil an egg. Just joking, just joking. This is where you go to actually get a feel for the industry. I love that.
So we have our cocoa butter already set it.
Yes.
So now I mixed it well. I'm going to take my chocolate. So this is our shell that we're creating. So you can do this with a piping bag if you want it to be a little bit neater. But I find that the piping bag is just a bit of a waste using a piping bag. And also it takes a bit longer to pipe into each mold. So this is just my quick method. I'm going to clean up the mess at the end and then I'm going to spread it over. I'm going to take a chocolate scraper. So I'm going to give it a good tap just to get the air bubbles out. You can see some are coming to the surface. And you just want to give it a good tap on all sides. I'm going to turn it over, flip it over, tap a little bit more. So how you know that the chocolate is ready is when you see that it's not dripping anymore. And it also depends if you want a very thin shell, which is recommended like for good chocolates, good chocolate making skills, then you would just have enough chocolate to make a thin shell. If you have a thicker shell, it might be a bit hard to bite into and you'll have less filling. So you can see I've already had where the chocolates dip. And now essentially I just want to scrape my surface. So this part here, I want to make sure that it's nice and clean.
I am mesmerized. I am so mesmerized. I don't think I've said a word in the longest time. It is so beautiful to watch.
Our equipment as well, make sure that you scrape excess chocolate. You can keep it aside. I'm going to pop this in the fridge.
I was going to ask you now, Chef. Let me pop it in the fridge for you.
So
I was going to ask you.
You can keep it this upright in the fridge.
We're working in the studio with the studio light right now, so it's a little warm.
Yes.
Would you try and, in your studio, would you work in a cooled room with chocolate?
So theoretically, you want to work between 18 to 21 degrees, not a rainy day, not high humidity under 50%. But I've worked in temperatures, my good temperature is 23 degrees. So that's the temperature that I feel is a good start.
Now, when we come back, we're going to be filling these amazing bonbons. Don't go anywhere. Ralph's got something very, very important to tell you. Stay tuned. It's the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting! We're back in the kitchen. Things are looking amazing. Things are smelling so good. I've been snacking, I've been tasting, but we still have enough chocolate to finish it off. This is looking so good. You left us off when we had our perfect shells, and we started filling it with our paste. Let's just
our
get
pistachio knafa
Can we
filling.
do a little recap of what's in our paste?
Okay. In our paste, we have some white chocolate, some pistachio butter. So that's just pistachios that are ground up into a nice, smooth, buttery paste. Some tahini. We spoke about the sesame tahini. Yes, and some cocoa butter. And you'll see right now it's very firm because it's a bit cold today. So that's why the cocoa butter and the fat from the pistachio, the butter, has firmed up. So on a warmer day, you'll find that this filling will be much more runnier.
But we want it like that, because that's easy to work with?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, right. We've got another voice note. Let's have a listen.
Hi.
It started, and then it didn't, They'll come back to us. Okay, cool. So
Okay.
let's fill it. So I've got the little fork. We only use a small amount of it, I see.
Yes, so we want to try and fill it just 3/4 way full on our shell. So that when we're trying to cap our shell, we're not going to get a spillage of filling out. And then what happens is...
Too much.
So what we'll do is we'll do a test. So if I scrape it and it's clean, then you know it's
Okay,
good.
it's enough.
Yes.
Woo! Okay.
So we can fill the rest.
And then the chocolate is stayed at that temperature that we're talking about. And
Yes,
that's
yes. So that's a good
important.
thing about a melting pot. It's staying at the correct temperature. You just have to give it a mix every now and again to make sure that the cocoa butters are evenly distributed.
Get in there. Okay, let's listen to that voice now from Joanne. She's with us. Joanne. Joanne,
So
man.
my question is, when it comes to melting down chocolates on the stove top, how do you do it? Because
You don't even need to tell me why, because I understand why, because...
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you're using essentially what we'd call a double boiler, where it's a pot of simmering water with a bowl of chocolate above, it can be a glass bowl, it can be a stainless steel bowl, preferably not plastic, because plastic is quite porous. So you'll have simmering water, you'll have your chocolate in the bowl, not touching the water at the bottom, and the steam, the evaporation, is going to help melt down that chocolate. So that would be essentially the way of how you would use a stove-top double boiler method. And you would
So-
just mix it.
So I just want to go for Joanne again. So it's a pot, a little bit of water at the bottom. You've got a glass bowl which you're going to put your chocolate in. That glass bowl will rest on the pot while it's on the heat.
Not
but
touching
the
the
bowl
water.
does not touch the water. It's the steam that's going to melt the chocolate. Talk about the microwave. Are you a fan of using the microwave?
I mean, in modern technology, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
There we go. So, Joanne?
Just you need to do it in segments, like 30 seconds intervals, so that you know not to burn the chocolate.
The thing about chocolate and water, again, when it comes to a double boiler, you also got to make sure that that water or that steam doesn't
Yes,
ever make its way
yes.
into the bowl. So we spoke about
Because
this.
then the chocolate's going to seize.
It's going to seize, and you can eat it, but it's not going to be good for
It's not gonna be a good texture
No,
either.
No, so that's why keeping a cloth is always amazing in the kitchen when you're working with chocolate. So
Yes.
when you take that bowl off the pot, you can actually, you've got your cloth ready to wipe that excess moisture. And we spoke about some tips that I want to actually tell our viewers. If we are getting, we will get here, but if you are getting into chocolate when you're starting as a beginner, what advice do you have for our viewers?
So as I said earlier, a thermometer. Thermometer, you can see I got 2 here, just to double check everything. Although there's a thermostat in that melter. And then practicing. And I think from experience, that's how you get better at your techniques.
Absolutely.
It comes with experience. If you feel you need to read up about the science of chocolate, what actually happens, why certain things happen in chocolate, that will also help you become better at starting your chocolate journey.
Your chocolate journey. Everybody should start a chocolate journey.
Definitely.
I love that. Okay, so we've got our tray, we've got our filling done. We're going to add the feet. You call it?
So we're going to cap it.
We're going to cap it. That's the
Yes,
word.
we're going to cap it.
So I've given it a mix.
So yes, you remember that. So
Yes.
our cocoa butters are evenly distributed. So you just want to coat the top of all the cavities.
Can I go?
Yes, go
And
for
so
it.
I'm guessing you kind of start from the top and work
yes,
your way down.
and work your way down. So we're going to go down one line, then we're going to do the next one.
And
And it's okay if it spills over the side. That's
Is it?
fine. We can always just clean it up.
There we go. It's so satisfying doing this.
Isn't it?
I could do this the whole day. It's like meditation.
Yeah, so I don't actually have a job. I have like playing with chocolate every day.
Playing with chocolate therapy. And it smells amazing because
Yes.
the chocolate's at that temperature we spoke
So we
about.
just want to cover the top ones, yes.
Because it smells, because it's at this temperature, it's got this beautiful scent of like, not just chocolate, but like it's floral.
Yes.
There's a lot going on.
So you can clean the sides, and as we did previously for the shells, you can give it a good tap as well.
Okay, so we're gonna give it a tap to the side?
Yeah, so we're going to use our same tool to tap, just so that there's no air bubbles. And then now so you can see the air bubbles coming
Right.
up. So
And-
you can just clean the sides again if you like.
And when the chocolate gets on the end of the thing, you can't... No.
you can just clean it
Wipe.
up like
There we go. Okay, so I got the bubbles that came out, and now we're going to go
So
clean
we're going
side.
to scrape the sides. Yeah, we can use the
Can I
side.
do that?
Yeah,
And
that's
then
good.
straight down.
And then we're going to go in one smooth motion all the way down at a 45-degree angle.
45, but protracted, there. Is
Yes,
that it?
so a little bit higher on this hand.
Like that?
Yeah. So we're going to lift this up a little bit. Yes,
And
45
hoi.
degrees down. Yes, perfect.
Is it?
Almost, I think that's good.
Good enough.
I think that's good.
Can be sold. Okay, so let's pretend this was perfectly done.
I
and now
think it's
set.
good.
Thank you. And now it's set. Let's move on to the next step.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the fridge for just about, say, 3 minutes, just to set quickly, and then we're going to bring it out. So the fridge isn't a place where the chocolate lives, but just to set it instantly, we're going to place it in the fridge.
There we go. And you've got the one that's done for us already.
Yes.
And we're going to turn that out. And also, South Africa, I want to know, do you recognize this plate? Do you recognize this plate? It's like, this is like the official South African plate. There's so many South African homes that have this plate. Please let us know if you do have it. Or, you know what, even better, take a picture of you holding this plate and send it to us on Facebook, and we're going to put it all over social media. This is yours from your home.
Yes,
I've got the
it's
same
my
plate.
mom's.
My mom's got the same plate. I've got the same plate.
I think every mom got one.
Everybody, where's your plate at? Okay, anyway, moving forward.
So we have our chocolate bonbons that's already made. So I'm just going to put this to the side. And I'm just going to tap it out. So what we can do is we can just give it a good tap.
That is very gentle. I would be there, elbow dropping it. Oh, but it comes out so easily.
So, as I said before, polycarbonate, very strong. And that's our chocolate bonbons.
Look how shiny and beautiful.
Wow.
I need to call all my friends into the kitchen. All 2 of them. Or 3. Or 3. Why not? Everyone in. Look what I made. I mean, I didn't make it. Pretend. Chef Sumaiyah. And it matches your dress.
With the help of Chef Clem.
These are absolutely beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much, Chef Sumaiyah.
Wow. Sumaiyah, that looks too good to even eat, though.
And we're going to slice one open.
Yes, so let's do the cut. I think that will be good. Chef Clem, you want to do the omelette?
I think you should.
I should,
spend so much time on making so beautiful.
let's do one. Anyone.
Wow,
so,
Jackie, have you had one of these before?
Yeah.
Wow, first time.
Like just Christmasballetjies.
They do. You can literally like hang them up on the tree.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Sumaiyah, you have absolutely shown off. Look at the cut.
Whoa! The inside is amazing.
And that's the knafa
filling.
filling.
Yes.
Are we going to snack?
Yes.
We need to like give Jackie a proper intro. This is his first time having something this good.
Maar ek wil vir waar ek dans is iets my lekker is.
We can.
I saw dancing, so...
Oh, you good? So if there's a dance, we know it's good. But you're not allergic to anything, are you?
Nee, glad nie. Kom ons kyk.
Not the bad
Only one way to find out.
Met 'n kombuit of met 'n insit.
What would you say, Is it one big one, one big bite, or we should go through the half, feel a bit of that texture?
Half.
Okay, Jackie, let's go, bro.
Okay.
Cheers, man.
I was going to do the whole
Gesondheid.
thing.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Here.
Oh, the crunch. I'm hearing the crunching happening. Wow, 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 wow. These are beautiful.
Wow.
Dit is ongelooflijk lekker. Wow.
Chef,
It's Moorish. I just want like
Yo.
the whole plate.
There's a journey of texture going on here. There's a crunch, there's a smoothness, there's a valviness.
creaminess.
Velvet? That's the word? I've lost my words.
English.
What English has gone into this
Third
thing?
language.
Oh, man.
School.
Oh,
Nice. It's so delicious, and you can taste the love and effort that went into it. That's the
Yes.
thing. So when people talk about why is Dubai chocolate so expensive, this is why. So much went into absolutely every single element that went into this bonbon. Mark it up. Mark it up. It is so insane.
Wow. I'm transported. I don't know where I am, but it's not here right now.
It's amazing. South Africa, you've been amazing. Chef Sumaiyah, also to let you know, if you want your own custom chocolate made,
Yes.
I mean, how about that? Contact her on the socials. Everything, all the information's there for you for corporate events. She does it all. We're going to do a team building. So amazing. Thank you so much, Chef, for
Yes,
joining us.
please.
Thank you.
To the team in the kitchen, please help
Do
yourself.
we deserve more?
Help yourself.
Definitely.
Wow, now we must
Help
all
yourself.
share this. Okay, Raul, I'm going to give you a piece there. That's for you.
Oh, well, listen, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. A lot of this chocolate goodness and magic is going to be replicated in the form of entertainment and all the rest of the good stuff happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Wow, that was delicious.
That was your portion.
Oh, well, thank you.